What is going on, everyone? I'm so glad to see everybody. This is the EVP Xero Show. I am the EVP CJP. This is the opening night premiere of the EVP Xero Show on the EVP Show channel. So, yeah, you can see everything at the bottom. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll also do that at the end. So, yeah, with that being said, I will first go to my co host for tonight, and that is Zero. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it feels weird being a co-host, but it's fine. And that's yeah, but no, yeah, it's all good. I'm all good today. It's a pleasure being here on your premiere, your premiere episode and stuff. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Zero. Appreciate that. And without further ado, the first guest on the EVP show premiere. He is the enforcer of Two Heads podcast and the OTE, which he may have to change that name once Roman Reigns comes back with the one behind it. The OTE Edward, AK. What's going on, buddy?
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Edward AK, and again, I'm gonna rub it in CJ's face on his own channel too. I am the longest reigning IWC Promo Battle Champion at 272 days. Ladies and gentlemen, we're here on the premiere of the EVP show. I'm grateful to be the first guest. Myself and my former tag champ, we are going to set the tone of the EVP show from now all the way until the future when we start going on the road with this. I'm predicting that because that's what I want this whole thing to be, where we can actually start taking the show on the road, you know? But, anyways, enough of me. This is EVP's channel. Thank you for letting me on again.
Absolutely, absolutely. What's going on? Just a few comments. Gwen Anderson, here we go, trying to get the show on the road. Hey, Gwen. Monty from ATD, happy to be here for the premiere. Happy for you to be here as well. Miami the Great, what's up? Thanks for being here for the premiere. So, obviously, this is still the EVP Xero show, but it's on the EVP show channel. But we are going to do things a little bit differently. Normally, we open up with Zero with the news, but we may do that at the end if we have enough time. But we are going to go straight into all of this wrestling that we have coming up this weekend and the predictions. So, with that being said, we are going to start off with the first PLE that will be on TV, and that will be NXT Great American Bash. So, with that being said, the first match that we will make predictions for is going to be JC Jane teaming up with Fallon Henley going up against Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe, formerly known as Mariah May. I am going to go to Zero first and get his prediction, and then I will go to Edward, and then I will make my pick.
Right, so I'm going to get. Sorry, I'm just loading it up as well, so I've got them in front of me. So I'm going to go with the same picks as what I chose on the other show that we were on, where I'm going to go with Jordan Grace and Blake Monroe for the whole point of I do truly believe that Blake Monroe is going to pin JC Jane in that match and then request to be added into the Evolution title match on a Sunday. That's my thoughts on that one. So that's my prediction.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Edward, your prediction for that match?
I gotta agree with Zero, and you EVP. Although I'm not really that hooked onto NXT, I'll be honest with you. I'm more looking forward to Saturday night's main event and Evolution. But I did watch NXT on last Tuesday just because I wanted to see the announcement. Of course, I had to make it at the end of the show. I do think Blake Monroe and what's her name again? The person that she's teaming with.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah, Blake Monroe and Jordan Grace will definitely win, and I still think there will be some way and somehow that Blake Monroe will be added to that battle royal. And if you guys don't remember, not just the EVP show on the EVP Xero show, but even on the main event show, I've been saying for weeks that Blake Monroe will win that Evolution battle royal. But we're not to that question yet. We'll get there. But yeah, those are just my predictions for that match.
All right, thank you, Edward. For me, I kind of have to piggyback off both of you guys to some extent. I mean, obviously Blake is a huge addition to WWE. She was brought over from AEW. It's kind of going to be a slap in the face. It's AEW All In on that same day. So yeah, I mean, I can expect some big things from Blake. So for me, I really feel like Blake and Jordan Grace will get the victory, and along with Zero as well. I feel like she's going to probably pin. I mean, she could pin Fallon, but I think maybe she pinned JC Jane, and that would give her a stake of claim to be able to be added to the triple threat match at Evolution with JC Jane defending the NXT title against Jordan Grace. And if that happens, then obviously with WWE wanting to outdo AEW that weekend, and they more than likely will. I would see, Blake Monroe could obviously walk out of Evolution as your new NXT champion, but we'll get to that once we get to.
Just
Um,
before we carry on with that one, I will say as well that obviously, don't forget this isn't really news because it's come down, but the winner of that triple threat, the winner of that match as well at Evolution, they will defend against Masha Slamovich at Slammiversary. But it's basically winner take all for that one. So whoever gets that one will be TNA Women's Champion and NXT Women's Champion. So it will either be Blake Monroe versus Masha Slamovich, Jordan Grace versus Masha Slamovich, or JC Jane versus Masha Slamovich, basically. So whichever one basically you think could be the bigger match for it, really. For that one.
yeah, I mean, that for me, I guess that kind of throws a little bit of a wrinkle because they do love the Jordan and Masha match, but Blake Monroe's like the new toy, like the big huge addition that's been added, and I think we've seen Jordan and Masha Slamovich go. They've had a match before, so I really feel like you know I don't know. Blake would probably be the better fit to go title for title because I know Masha is going to be featured some on NXT leading up to that match on Slammiversary or whatever. But yeah, I'm going to go with Blake and Jordan. Um, I'm just going to go to comments. I'm going with Blake and Jordan. Let's see. We got
And
Greg. What's up?
before I go to the comments, I was just gonna say if they do what we're predicting with Blake Monroe, that can easily propel her to megastar status.
Oh,
In the
100%.
and I'm
100%.
being 100% real. Look, I'm a Roman fan, so I know when to detect a megastar and when not to detect a megastar. And if Blake Monroe does exactly what we're predicting, megastar right there. She'll be more over than Stephanie Vakir.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm going to get to the comments just really quick and then we'll move on. Greg, what's up? Thanks for being here for the premiere. Cam, what to do, Cam? Elliot, what's going on, buddy? Cam says JC been in a feud with Masha recently, so I don't know. That's also true as well on TNA. Acknowledge the dynasty. Hey, guys, congrats on the premiere, CJ. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're here. Miami the Great. I agree with CJ. So yeah, that's our comment for now. All right, so we will move on. Why Iki smile from Cam? Why you smile, Iki?
Bro, you know, I literally said last week, it's not Iki. Come on,
All right,
EVP. Come on, EVP.
AK. Why Cam wants to know why you smiling, bro?
You know, Cam is just one of the biggest trolls that I know. Like, he's on the Discord server. He's cool on the Discord server, but like when it comes to these YouTube shows, he's the biggest troll that I know. So
All right.
him,
Well,
him, and Symbolo.
okay. Well, I'll get to Michael Play's comment once we get over to the WWE, like the main, like Saturday night's main event, stuff like that, because it's about Cody and Roman. So we'll go to the next match, and that is going to be Sol Ruka defending the NXT North American title against Izzy Dame. So we started with zero first. Oh my god, the comments are crazy. We started with zero the first time. We're gonna go with Edward this time. Who do you got? Sol Ruka defending against Izzy Dame for the NXT North American title.
I'm probably just gonna take Sol Ruka. I feel like she will probably win, and I feel like she's kind of getting a push right now because I've been hearing her name a lot on Twitter, even though I don't watch NXT that much. So I'm gonna go with Sol Ruka to win that. I just want to say one thing too. Her finisher is really cool.
Oh yeah, the Soul Snatcher.
Yep.
It's legit. Yeah, and obviously, Cam, I did know that because Simbola is in my fantasy football league. So there you go.
Cam just said Miguel is Symbolo. Okay.
Yeah, so I already knew that anyway because he's in my fantasy football league. But all right, so I'm gonna go to zero next. With Sol Rico going up against Izzy Dane for the NXT North American title. Who you got?
Yeah, I've got Sol Ruka winning that one. Basically, just she hasn't held the belt long. I think she's only had it since Mania weekend. So, I mean, they could have her drop it, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. She's getting a push in that, so it's they're probably going to keep it on her. Is my thing. And sorry, I'm laughing at that plate comment, but we'll get around to that one in a bit, I expect. But yeah, that's that. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so for me, I do feel like they have been pushing Izzy Dame a lot too, but they're like mega pushing Sol Ruka. So like I think Izzy's time is coming soon, like eventually, not far from now. But I don't think that it's the right time, or do I think it's possible that WWE is going to take that title off of Sol Ruka because she is super over popular. That finisher is crazy good. So I'm gonna go with Sol Ruka as well. So we're all with Sol Ruka on that. All right, so we are going to go to probably my favorite match on the card is going to be Ethan Page. Cena costing Nikki Bella at Evolution. Elliot, just stop it. Um, Ethan Page going up against Ricky Starks in a falls. Wait, yeah, it's going to be a falls count anywhere. I'm going to. I guess I can start it off. So for me, I feel like this is going to be the best match on the card. They're both phenomenal. I think they can go in the ring. So I think that for me, this is more like a loser leaves NXT type thing. And this is also for Ethan Page's title as well. So I'm going to pick Ricky Saints because I think that Ethan Page has already been on SmackDown before. I think he'd be a perfect fit for Seth Rollins' faction. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ricky Saints for the win, and I think we'll see Ethan Page soon on Raw, possibly joining Seth Rollins' faction. We'll see about that. He could be Plan B. So with that being said, I'll go to zero on his pick.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Ricky Saints for that one. I've got for. Yeah,
Rick,
I can see Ethan Page coming up, and joining Seth's faction or something like that. Basically, that's what I can see. So yeah,
yep, 100%. All right, Edward, your turn.
I agree with Zero. I feel like I've been saying it for like a couple of weeks now as well. I think Ethan Page needs to be called up. He's just way too good. And I feel like I feel like he's the final missing piece in Seth's faction. And it'll be somebody. It'll be a case of Seth is bringing somebody up from NXT and not just people who are already on the main roster who are already getting kind of a semi push in Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we'll go to a couple of these comments. We have Michael Plays saying IWC thinking now that will be Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes at some point, OTC 1 versus QB 1. Yes.
I feel like they're playing that because everybody keeps calling Cody QB1. So I feel like they're just doing that. They're just doing that to match the QB1 thing. Otherwise, there's
Yeah,
no
it's
reason.
planned. It's planned.
yeah, I mean, for sure. And
It's planned.
I think when WrestleVotes reported it earlier, they said it could be OTC 1 or Tribal Chief 1. So I mean, it's going to be one or the other, but it has to have something to do with Cody with the QB1. I think we could definitely see a Cody Roman match once Cody goes heel. So yeah, thanks for that, Michael. Cam laughing my ass off. Miguel, AK is built like a plate. Michael
Yo,
plays.
Symbolo or whatever, bro. Matter of fact, Miguel, bro. Like, I know you're not talking, bro. You're scared to show your face. At least Cam, I've seen Cam's face before on the Discord. You're scared to show your face, so I know you're not talking, bro. Uh, like, like you might be fatter than you're seen, bro. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess I'll never know because I've never seen your face before. So why don't you come up here and show your face before you start talking BS?
All right. Michael plays says we better be lighting it up in 3 days. AJ Lee
I,
reference.
in my prediction is we're not lighting it up in 3 days. Sorry,
Yeah,
Michael.
yeah, I don't know about. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible right now. They're gonna try to go big this weekend. Cam said I'm snitching. Elliot, I don't watch much NXT. Cam Laffy face. Elliot, Cena calls to Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella came and made a statement regards to John Cena's wife, saying that they've met, had several conversations, and she is a lovely individual. Greg, AO, did you just say she'd be over than Stephanie? That's a wild statement, AK. But
She
we'll
will.
see. Can't put stock in her rise. She just got there, but I might agree with you if I see her more on TV. Okay, so Michael AEW is winning this weekend. I don't know. We'll see. Greg put more in his previous statement. Monty, Ricky Saints for the win. Cam, AK, would you? I can't say that word. Me. Would you? You can read it, Edward.
Where are you
Um,
reading? Wait, hold on. Where are you reading that from? I don't see it.
yeah, I can't. I'm not gonna say that word on here. Um, it just says, AK, would you blank me? You can kind of put two and two together there. So Elliot,
He's just
I just hope Triple H doesn't fumble these call ups. That's been a bit of an issue. And Cam wants to know if you will tell him, please. Dad, and call him daddy too. And we got Miami the Great saying Ricky Starks for the win. Hello, Russell Faith. All right. So we will go to the next match, and that will be Jasper Troy, the winner of LFG Season 1, going up against Javon Evans. I will start with Zero.
I'm going Javon Evans for that one. Yeah, he's. I don't think they're gonna. Well, I don't know. They might push Jasper Troy a little bit, but I can't see it that well. I think that he's gonna. Yeah.
All
Like,
right, so you're going Javon. All right, Edward, Javon or Jasper Troy?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I see a highlight where Jasper laid out Oba?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. There's no way that they're making him lose. Then Jasper Troy's winning.
So for me, like it's tough because I feel like Javon came up, had a match on SmackDown, but Jasper Troy won LFG, season one. He's already had a match against Obafemi. He lost, but they're definitely pushing him. I feel like they're pushing Javon as well, but I think with Jasper being that heel. I feel like Jasper Troy is going to get the win here. Um, I'm gonna go with Jasper Troy because I feel like he's gonna get since he's already fought Oba, he's gonna get that bigger push right now. So I'm going to go with Jasper Troy on that. So I don't know if this will be the main event, but I would think so. And it's going to be for the NXT title. It is going to be Obafemi against Yoshiki in Amara. So I will start with Edward on this one.
I'm going Oba. Oba is definitely winning the title, or not winning the title, but retaining the title. Um, I mean, what can I say? He has Nigerian heritage, just like I do. So
That's fair. That's fair. Zero, Oba or Inamara?
yeah, Oba. It's gonna be Oba. I can't see him losing to Imora. Not. I can't see him losing yet. If anything, they'll have him lose sort of like in the after SummerSlam or whatever and stuff like that. Really, and maybe bring him up then as part of it. But yeah, it's what I can see.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Oba as well. I mean, he's dominant. He's basically ran through the entire division. I don't know how many more opponents that he can actually face. I mean, he's gonna be. I would think he's gonna be getting caught up here in the next 6 months or so, or maybe sooner. But I don't think he's dropping the title right now. So I'm gonna go with Obafemi as well. Any last thoughts on the NXT pay per view before we move on to Saturday night's main event? All right.
No.
Okay, good. All right. So we're going to go to Saturday night's main event. There was an extra match added today on the card, which is great because it was only three. Now there's four matches. So we will start with the newest match that was announced by Nick Aldis today. It will be Solo Sikoa defending the United States title against Big Jimmy Uso. I will start with Zero.
I think Solo's retaining. I don't think they're going to take it off him this soon for it. So no, I can see Solo retaining that one.
All right, Edward.
Solo Sikoa is retaining. Unfortunately, they're not gonna give Big Jim any love, just like how they gave main event Jey Uso some love. That's not gonna happen, unfortunately. Solo Sikoa is winning, and he literally just won the title. Why would he drop it like 2 weeks later? So
That makes sense. Makes sense. Fair, fair.
can't believe
I'm also
2 weeks since
yeah. It's
since
been
that.
2 weeks since he won the title, so I'm also going to go with Solo. I think that there's going to be some interference, obviously. Solo's bloodline group or whatever he's calling them, the WFTs or something like that.
No,
Um,
MFT, my family tree.
MFTs. Okay, okay. Thank you for that. Solo definitely winning. I feel like they're still setting up a Solo Jacob Fatu rematch at SummerSlam. So I'm gonna go Solo as well. There's it just wouldn't make any sense for them to take the title off of Jacob at Night of Champions, and then 2 weeks later at Saturday Night's main event have Solo lose the title to Jimmy Uso. So, but what they could do is they could do a triple threat at SummerSlam and do Solo versus Jimmy versus Jacob, but I don't think so because Jimmy and Jacob are kind of on the same page, same side right now. So
Well, didn't they make Lyra, Becky, and Bailey a triple
true,
threat?
true.
They could very well go down that same path.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see it for sure. Let's see. Cam says I gotta stop trolling, bro. Greg says Cody ain't the quarterback one.
Agreed.
Okay. I mean, I can't. Right now, I feel like he is, but
SJ.
Miami the Great says Solo wins. I agree. Elliot, let's hope it's better than Jay versus Jimmy was. Yeah, I think it definitely will be. At Miguel will punish that throw. I'm dead. I'm dead with Cam. Cam is a straight trolling on here.
Like Kim's trying to. He literally said in the Discord chat that he's trying to make me the break character, bro. I mean,
Cam's trolling my premiere, man. Come on, bro.
I'm
he's
having to
trying to
mute
grow
because I'm
the premiere of
laughing.
the EVP
I'm,
show.
I'm literally laughing, so I'm having to mute quite a lot. Let's just say I'm gone.
Man,
I'm gone.
comments, bro. Like on the
Bro, I don't know if you. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it, but I've been putting my hands in my palm like this to stop because like this dude keep making me laugh.
Yeah, I'm not gonna look at Discord because I mean, I wouldn't be able to keep it together, and then I would look just absolutely ridiculous on a premiere show. No, you're good, Cam. I'm just messing with you. So we'll move on to the next match. It's going to be Seth Rollins going up against LA Knight. We're going to. Okay, I'm gonna start with Edward on this one.
LA Knight. Yeah. Listen, I don't care if I'm wrong about that. Screw Seth. Look. Seth Rollins is worse than Cody Rhodes. I said it.
Well, I agree with that. I think Cody's better than Seth too.
And
But
he's 3 versus Seth. So
I mean, Seth can't beat Cody, and he won't. So, all right, I'm gonna go to 0. Seth against LA Knight.
I've got Seth for this one. I do hate to say that, but his group's just starting off, and they're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna give Seth that loss yet. They'll get someone especially like LA Knight as well.
Yeah, 100%. For me, I have Seth winning, but I think that either two things could happen. The rumor is obviously that Roman Reigns is going to show up at Saturday Night's main event. So either he's going to cost Seth Rollins the match against LA Knight because Bronson and Braun Breaker are going to get involved. That could possibly happen, or we could see Roman at the end of the show if Seth decides to cash in. But I'm still going to go with Seth. But I think that I think Roman is going to play some sort of impact and for Seth on that night, for sure, like 100%. So yeah, it looks like Edwards on the island by himself, going with LA Knight.
It's lonely on the island, man. It's just like Roman. It's lonely over here.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna go to just a couple of comments. Cam said he's done. Cam, you're funny. WrestleFaith, why does everyone bring up Jay and Jimmy's WrestleMania match? They did the best they could after their match was cut considerably. Yeah, I do agree with that. WrestleFaith as well.
I think part of it was because people just did not like seeing only super kicks, and they expected a better match out of them. But WrestleFaith, I could see where you're coming from, just because like they were given a short amount of time to create something special. So
It was basically a Young Bucks match. All it contained was super kicks. So yeah, it was basically a Young Bucks match. There we go.
Hey, I have no problem with super kicks. I mean, it's just the typical IWC hating again. I got into that last week. I'm not trying to get into that again this week.
Yeah, I mean, IWC. So Cam said he is though. I guess he's talking about Seth being better than Cody. I'm not sure, but he's definitely not. So Cam,
Cody literally beat Seth with one
yeah,
twin pick.
there's no argument there on that. You're my boy Cam, but
Still.
Seth can't beat Cody. It's not happening. LA Knight winning, possibly if Roman costs Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins wins. Solo wins against Jimmy. Michael plays. What's main eventing Saturday? Goldberg and Gunther will be main. I don't know what show you're talking about. Saturday, there's two. But if you're talking about Saturday night's main event, I would assume it would be Goldberg against Gunther. It is his quote unquote retirement match.
It should be, yeah. I think it is Gunther Goldberg. Yeah.
NBC is gonna be so mad that the Goldberg match that they waited for is only gonna be 3 minutes long at most.
So, all right. So let's see. Greg, if he shows up, it's the match between Solo and Jimmy. That's possible as well. Yo Zero is Stephanie Bakor, still the internal winner of the Battle Royal. I guess Zero can answer that once we get to Evolution. The EVP show, if somebody's answering from my account.
That's me.
Yeah, it's Zero.
It's me.
Okay, I'll answer it in Cam. If Stephanie wins the Battle Royal, Cam gonna go crazy for 48 hours in the Discord. So will I. I was saying Cody better than Seth. Oh yeah, he definitely is. At Michael Plays, who's this in the Discord? Bet Zero from Cam. At Cam, the one who said earlier they'll watch AEW if Hangman wins. Elliot, Seth is cashing in on Goldberg. Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. Cam Reigns.
Goldberg is not winning. He's going to get squashed, Elliot.
All right, we'll see. So we're going to go to the next match, and that's going to be Randy Orton going up against Drew McIntyre. I guess I'll start off here. Drew's been out a while, filming a movie, nursing an injury. I know Randy lost 2 straight King of the Rings, lost to Cody, teasing a heel turn. The heel turn's probably coming sometime, or maybe not. Maybe he stays face and goes up against heel Cody. But I just, the way they booked Drew lately, he lost his last match in a cage against Damian Priest. So I feel like Triple H needs to do something right by Drew finally, and I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre. Maybe somebody interferes, I'm not sure, but I think Drew gets to win here. And I think that ultimately, I think all these losses that Randy's going to start piling up is going to be another reason why he's just going to snap and go back into that Viper mode. So I'm going with Drew. I'm going to go to Zero and get his thoughts.
Yeah, I'm going to go Drew as well. He's only literally just come back, so I can't see him losing this first match back after a while. So yeah, I'm going to Drew.
Yep, appreciate that, Zero. I agree. Edward?
I'm going Randy. My reason is he's literally lost like the last how many? 6? The last 6 PLEs, PLE matches that he's been a part of. And why does every time somebody return, besides Roman, like, we're not talking about Roman, but why does every time somebody returns, they just automatically got to win every single time? I mean, yes, I get that you're Drew McIntyre. I get that at one point you were one of the hottest superstars in the game. But come on, let's be real here. This win has to go to Randy Orton. If Randy Orton can't win this, then I don't know. But anyways, I gotta take Randy.
Like I said, I think it doesn't have necessarily have to be because Drew's coming back. I just think that Randy is going to go through this, losing streak, and it's going to eventually turn Randy Orton back into that Viper. You could already tell like he's frustrated, like when he was walking up the ramp after United Champions when Cody beat him. So yeah, we'll see. We're going to get to the main event of Saturday night's main event, unless I'm just completely wrong, but I would be really surprised if it's not. It would be the man, Bill Goldberg, going up against Gunther for the Raw World Heavyweight Championship. I will go with Zero first and get his thoughts.
Goldberg. It's got to be. I think they're going to do something. They want to, as we've already been saying, and also WrestleVotes confirmed this today as well, is that WWE basically want the final laugh this weekend, and they want everyone talking about WWE this weekend. Now, what better way than doing that is to have Goldberg defeat Gunther, in his final match, and then that gets people talking. Like, is Goldberg gonna keep the title? Is he gonna drop it and stuff? Or as we've already discussed, Goldberg could win, and then Seth could cash in on Goldberg. They could do it that way. Seth could easily cash in on Goldberg and stuff. So I've got Goldberg to win this weekend, just for that big, just for that big shock factor moment to get everyone sort of talking, because they obviously don't want anyone talking about AEW this weekend. So I've got that one for Saturday.
All right, Edward.
Ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say it. Goldberg is winning. No, psych. The ring general Gunther will be winning, squashing him in his own hometown. He will do worse than what he did to Chad Gable, and he will do it in front of Goldberg's hometown, his family, his friends. Everybody, even on national television, will see that the legend of Goldberg will become the legend of Gunther, the Ring General.
Yeah, I was just about to say I might have a copyright on that song.
I didn't see the whole thing.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. That was just a comment.
I don't think. Hey, Zero, correct me if I'm wrong. Does it copyright you if you don't play the whole thing?
As long as you don't play more than like 30 seconds to a minute or whatever, I think it is. It's
okay.
I've not been hit, and I play Roman, and we used to play Roman Reigns' theme tune every week, so it's fine.
So okay. So if you might be good.
Yeah, you're good. Hopefully, it's not the first one to get copyrighted. So for me, I'm gonna kind of touch on what Zero said. That they want the shock factor. Goldberg's son's gonna be there. His family's gonna be there. This all started with Gunther, harassing. Okay, Zero's back on his account. So it's all gonna start. It started with Gunther like harassing Gage Goldberg. So for me, I think Goldberg wins the title. One or two things could happen. We could see Seth Rollins attempt to cash in, and that's when Roman Reigns shows up to thwart the cash in to where Seth is not able to cash in, or we could see Goldberg win the title, and then we see Goldberg defend the title against Gunther maybe at SummerSlam, and that's where Seth cashes in. But something big's gonna happen with Seth and Roman Saturday. So I truly feel like Goldberg's winning the title, and I feel like Seth's gonna try to cash in, and Roman is going to make sure that that does not happen. So with that being said,
If
I, I, I,
if Goldberg wins the title, I don't want Gunther getting buried.
and plus I
I,
want to see that. And plus, I want to see that. Plus, I want to see the IWC melt because they're gonna
I mean,
absolutely.
yeah, I would be down. I would be down for that, but at the same time, it's like, then what's next for Gunther?
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I
I,
mean,
what I'm going to say is that I need Goldberg to win for that big moment because I've put a little wager out in the Discord today that if AEW have the better weekend, then I've got to watch 2 weeks of just AEW and no WWE.
You better,
Basically,
you better hope,
yes. So
you better hope WWE has the best, because, quite frankly, I will feel bad for you if you have to watch that promotion that does
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
that promotion that is less worthy than the Indies. I will.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm hoping and praying that WWE have the better weekends because I need it. Otherwise, yeah, basically. Otherwise, I'm watching 2 weeks worth of AEW straight and that and no WWE. So yeah, I might need to go like therapy after that. Really,
Uh,
for a couple of weeks.
for
Yeah, so
sure.
carry on.
I'm gonna run through the comments really quick before we get to Evolution. Russell Faith. I wonder if someone is going to cost Randy. Possibility. Russell Faith again. I think Drew gets the win. We have been getting Randall Keith Orton, and we need 2009 Viper. I think someone may get their lick back for a previous RKO and cost Randy. Yeah, that's maybe Kevin Owens. I don't know. I mean, just throwing it out there, possible. I don't know his injury status, but it could happen. Greg Goldberg's going to retire the belt. I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess he could. Um, I don't know.
Why? Why would they retire the world heavyweight? People got mad at Roman carrying those two titles, because he was holding it hostage. So they created a new title for the other division, and now we got those same people who are mad about it, saying that Goldberg should retire with the title. Come on, man.
We'll
Like,
see.
make it make sense, bro. Stop
Will
the standarding or
Russell
standard.
WrestleFaith, I'm literally hoping and wishing for Goldberg to win for two reasons. Number one, it brings Seth out to cash in and a certain person returns. Like we said, it would ruin wrestling if he wins and walks out with the title. I mean, I agree with number one. Number two, I'm not sure about if it would ruin wrestling because he's eventually going to drop it back at SummerSlam. But I mean, I can see where you're coming from. Miguel EVP about to have a copyright strike because of AK.
He's
Uh,
not gonna have a copyright, bro. We literally just had this conversation
yeah,
that
I
if
know.
if
I'm
you're like,
scroll, I'm scrolling like way back. Elliot, I
yeah,
feel like
I just gotta explain to Symbolo that he's not gonna have it because I didn't play 30 seconds.
yeah, we're good. Elliot, I feel like Rock could cost Randy the match because Project Rock been liking his post, and The Rock and Drew do have history together. I think that makes the most sense. I mean, yeah, I mean, anything's possible. I don't expect The Rock though at Saturday night's main event, but we'll see. He was, I wasn't bad blood in Atlanta, so yeah,
He's not.
I mean,
He's not. I don't think he's coming back
yeah,
for the.
he's not. I don't think we'll see The Rock. Um, Monty says big limping popping knees. Yeah, that's Goldberg with them popping knees. Zero back on my account. Miguel Sim Chill. I c- I'm dead. I can't with Cam right now. Like I got to get to the show, Cam. Like bro, like
Like
you're
he's trying to spoil the premiere, bro. Like the
bro.
premiere.
Trust. He's talking about somebody doing something to your throat, and that's all I'll say about that. Thank you, Cam. WrestleFace, the Laughy Face. I'm laughing too. Michael plays The Rock. Possible. I highly doubt it. Um, I guess Cam's flirting with Zero. He says Zero, oh daddy. I see how it is, Cam. You're cheating on me. Miguel, Bill Goldberg can barely walk, and they're putting the belt on. I'm dead. You guys are killing me on my premiere, man. Like, come on, bro.
Everybody is trolling, bro.
Would be like AEW putting the belt on Paul Wright. Um, Cam, haha, MF, get ready. Monty Goldberg winning would ruin wrestling. I mean, yeah, I can see that. You know, but I do think he's winning though. But I hopefully he gets cashed in on. This match is the rematch he has waited a decade for. He lost the heavyweight title to Triple H and never got a rematch. This is why I think they're giving him that moment for his retirement match. Very true, WrestleFace. Very true. Michael plays. I put it in the Discord if Hangman wins. I gotta watch a full AEW show. I'm not quite sure who you are in Discord, Michael plays, but that's cool. I don't know your Discord name. Elliot, most random cash in of all time. Seth beating Goldberg. Well, get ready for it. I think it's happening. Cam, get ready to. Oh my God, I'm dead. Get ready to sing Swerve Strickland's theme, Zero.
No one, hey, no one's watching All In, bro. I speak for absolutely everybody when I say nobody is watching All In. Come on.
Zero, Michael plays. It would be as bad as me having to do 2 weeks worth. We can go into rehab and therapy. And Zero also promised me that he would meet Clifton from Big Brother, Mr. Soup. I know Zero will get a big laugh about that. Clifton Soup. Tune into Big Brother tonight to see Mr. Soup. Greg, Seth ain't cashing until SummerSlam. That's a possibility. I said that earlier. I think that's a strong possibility as well. But I just really think something big is going to happen with Seth and this Money in the Bank Saturday. Cam with a laughing face. All right, so that's all the comments for now. We will move on to Evolution. So
I got the first Evolution going on in the background right there.
I see it. I see Naya in the background. I don't see Charlotte Flair. So I'm a little upset, but all right.
Oh my gosh, bro. Naya's better than Charlotte, bro.
Bro,
Jeez.
stop. Bro, stop.
Naira and
Bro,
Lyra.
I will put you on mute for the rest of the show. She is not better than Charlotte.
And that's why I couldn't get the Charlotte Flair follow.
Yeah, 54 days, bro. Like, freaking Mikey Wrestling got a follow from Cody. The LB Media got a follow from Cody. I've been like tagging and commenting saying King and Queen, and I can't get a damn follow. I have like 30 wrestling follows. Like, what's going on here?
Hey, John Cena follows me. I don't know about you though.
Well, that was my first WWE follow, but Cody must just look back and said, "Oh, the EVP used to talk mad shit about me for months and months, so I'm not following that clown." So
I mean, to be honest, I don't think Cody really cares about our opinions. To be honest.
well, I mean, he's following people left and right, but he ain't following EVP, and he needs to. So, all right, let's get to Evolution.
He didn't follow me either. Even when I literally said I respect Cody from now on, he still didn't give me a follow.
Well, he will maybe one day. We'll see. All right, we're gonna start off with the SmackDown Women's Championship, and it's going to be Tiffany Stratton defending against the legend, the icon, the Hall of Famer Trish Stratus. I will start with the King Zero, Mr. Soup.
Well, if you're Bobby, it's Tiffany versus Stratton. So that's what he said to us the other day on our group chat. But no,
Yeah,
I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton for that one. So yeah.
I watched Uncut, the one that you guys did yesterday, man. Like, you guys were making me laugh the whole time.
Yeah, it's great. We just talk shit the whole time. Like, it's all arguing. Like, no, like they were like, "Oh, we're gonna get EVP and Zero with these AEW picks," and then we started popping them out there, and I was like, "Oh, you're not catching me. You're not catching me at points. I'm picking the same people you are."
The only person that's worthy that's still under contract with AEW is Britt Baker.
True. All right, so Edward, who you got? Tiffany against Trish.
I got Tiffany Stratton winning. Um, I'm not really a fan favorite of hers anymore after what happened. After Charlotte said everything that happened, Tiffany went low on the mic, but um, just I'm just gonna say it just because business wise, Tiffany Stratton is going to win that match. Trish is strictly there to put her over.
Yeah, I mean that's what she's there for. Tiffany's going to win. Could we see a Naomi cash in? Possibly. Um,
I still
maybe.
I still hate the
Maybe.
fact that she won the title on my birthday, beating Nia.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I think we could see a Naomi cash in, maybe, but they may hold off on that until SummerSlam. But we'll see. All right, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pick Tiffany as well. So the next match is
We
going to
know.
be the what?
Do we go to zero?
Yeah, zero pick first.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not gonna skip the king. All right, so we got the Fatal Four Way, the Raw Tag Team Champions Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez defending against the Kabuki Warriors versus Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss and Sol Ruka and Zarya. So I'm gonna start off with you, Edward.
I'm taking Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. I mean, I said this last. I think it was Monday. Actually, I said this when I came on the space late, but I just got to take Charlotte and Alexa. I feel like down the road they're gonna have a very good match, and I feel like they're planting the seeds now. Actually, they planted the seeds when Alexa first went to go and ask Charlotte if she needed help when she went out to Charlotte's van. So I feel like this is going to lead to a very good match. I'm taking
Mhm.
Charlotte and Alexa.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of that. Zero, your pick.
I'm going Judgment Day because I don't think they're going to take that title off Roxanne this week. Literally just put it onto her, and when Liv comes back, which apparently is going to be in a couple of weeks, according to Raquel,
Yeah.
they can then do something then obviously then between Liv and Raquel there basically. Sorry, Liv and Roxanne. I mean, they could obviously still keep playing that, or maybe you know, custody of Dom or whatever. They could have Dom in a shark cage or something, or Dom on a pole or something.
Yeah.
They could do that really. Plan things in there. So yeah, I can't see them taking that title off Roxanne this quickly. For
Yeah, fair enough. I just realized, and I just can't believe it, but this is the first time I've ever done a YouTube video, and I don't have my freaking headphones on. Like, I just realized I don't have my headphones on. It's just crazy. Hopefully, you guys can still hear me really good, but I don't know why I didn't put my headphones on.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people that prefer it, but for me, I don't know if my audio is good on your side, but for
Yeah,
me,
it
I
does.
actually enjoy it, not having to wear that whole thing, that whole
Yeah,
headset in my ear, because I have headphones.
yeah, it
Uh,
just looks more professional, I think.
okay,
So for me, I agree with Edward. I think that they started this storyline with Charlotte and Alexa a while back. Charlotte finally caved, made a business decision. They had new merch drop like today. Charlotte posted on Twitter. I can't remember what the shirt says. Probably buy it, but I'm going to go with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Eventually down the road, one's going to turn on the other. Possibly could see maybe I don't know, WrestleMania. I think that's a bit far, but I I don't know.
Royal Rumble.
Maybe Royal Rumble. I think they can elevate those tag titles, and bring them over to SmackDown, and just defend them everywhere. I would just love to see that for Charlotte, always being at the top, and then going to the tag title, and her and Alexa's so over, so I think that'd be great. Michael Place says interesting stuff dropped in the Discord. Rocks is in place. Cam Rocks is in place of Liv. Yep. Judgment Day retains Cam. Michael plays Zero. Roman is working what now? Russell Faye off topic. I need to see two twin Tongan women show up. No, it's a long shot, but I'm hoping possible. All right, so we're going to go to, let's see. So I picked shot. Okay, everybody picked. All right, good. So we're going to go to No Holds Barred, Jade Cargill versus Naomi. I'm going to start off. I think Jade, because Jade won at WrestleMania, I know everybody's like, oh, the Money in the Bank people always lose. And I mean, sometimes, yeah, they do. But I love what Naomi's doing character wise. I think that they can do like a split here and then have another rematch maybe at SummerSlam or after Naomi cashes in. So I'm going to go with Naomi. I'm going Naomi to win because only because if it's a regular match, I think that Naomi is going to win because this is a no holds barred. So anything goes. She's a heel. I'm going Naomi. I'll go to Zero then Edward.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jade. I'm going differently for this one because she's Jade's getting that push at the moment, and I mean Naomi, she's still got that briefcase no matter whether she wins or loses.
Mm-hmm.
And that can obviously then play later on in the thing later on. So I do think that Jade might win this one, and then something gets set up afterwards for a Bianca Belair return or something. And she comes out and they go for Naomi together, or something like that. It would make sense. Or Bianca turns on both of them. It could even lead to that one. But yeah, no, I'm going to go with Jade.
Or Bianca could come and help Naomi and turn heel, which I think has been much needed for a long time. But we'll see. Edward, your thoughts?
I'm taking Naomi just based off of the reasons that you said. She's a heel, and they're having a no holds barred match. I mean, and I said it on Monday. I said it on Friday. If they have Jade win, it's going to kill off Naomi's momentum. I know she has a briefcase, but it will kill off her momentum a lot. So I'm taking Naomi, and as of right now, Jade has nothing to lose. She's literally the queen of the ring. So
Yeah, she's already got an automatic title match at SummerSlam, so that's another reason I'm taking Naomi. All right, so let's see. Jade gonna win from Cam, unfortunately. Miguel, Bianca coming back, costing Jade. I think so too.
no,
WrestleFest,
I actually think Bianca's going to come back and side with Naomi.
that's what he's saying. He's gonna cost Jade the match and help.
Oh, okay.
WrestleFest, Jade won at WrestleMania and Queen of the Ring. Naomi needs to win. However, I think Bianca shows up. I do as well, but I think she will be a heel and help Naomi. I'm hoping. Actually, Cam said Jade's winning. Okay. All right. So, next match will be the women's battle royal with the winner getting a world title shot at Clash at Paris. I'm gonna start off with this one. So I know Stephanie Bacour is in it, Nikki Bella. There's gonna be some legends in it, obviously. Jada Parker, and the few that were announced on NXT. I don't have them all written down. Sorry, but it's tough to say because I was told Asuka and Io may fight at SummerSlam. But like whether it's for the title or not. So I don't know if Bianca comes back. Like I don't know. I was told she wasn't going to be cleared to like SummerSlam with the injury, but I'm still going to go with Stephanie Bacour. I think that she's the it factor right now. That's why they brought her up. I'm going to go with Stephanie to win. So what about you, Zero?
Yeah, I'm going Stephanie as well. They brought her up and stuff, and she like what you said. She's the X factor. She is the it factor at the moment as well. So yeah, I can see Stephanie getting that win in that battle royale.
All right, Edward.
I mean, I said it last Thursday. I said it the last 2 Mondays, and I said it the last 2 Fridays, and that I'm not changing my pick. Blake Monroe will go and win the women's battle royal, and it will propel her to megastar status. I mean, I'm gonna go off of what main event Nate said last. I think it was Monday. he said that honestly, Stephanie Valkyr he doesn't see it in her besides one move, and I'm the same way. Like, okay, like she has Devil's Kiss, then what else? You know, I'm going with Blake Monroe, and I'm gonna piggyback off of one point that you said earlier, Zero. You said that WWE is trying to look to slap AEW in the face, and what better way to do that than to have Blake Monroe win that?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
All right. Quick comments. Miguel, Steph versus Rhea will probably main event Paris. I agree. Monty, it's got to be Stephanie. Yes, possible. I think so too, Monty. All right, so we're gonna move on to. Let's see. We're gonna go to Jordan Grace versus JC Jane, or have we already done that match? I don't think we have.
We
No,
didn't do that
Jordan.
match. The match that we did was their Great
Okay.
American match.
All right. So Jordan Grace defending against, JC Jane defending NXT title. Sorry, against Jordan Grace. So I'm gonna start off with 0.
If it stays as that, then I can see Jordan winning that one, so they can then do the Masha versus Jordan match. If it obviously stays as that, so that's going to be my prediction for that one for the moment. That one is.
All right, Edward.
So I'm gonna go. I could see Zero's point, but I'm actually gonna go JC Jane because she literally has a whole faction behind her with what's her name? She walks around like a cowboy.
Fatal
What's her?
Influence. It's Fatal Influence. It's Fallon Henley and
Yeah, Fallon Henley. And, yeah. So
yeah.
So she literally has a whole faction behind her. I don't see unless Jordan Grace goes out and gets some help. I honestly do not see Jordan winning.
All right, so for me, I think that JC Jane, if the match stays JC versus Jordan, I think JC Jane retains. Like I said earlier, I feel like Jordan is going to go up to that main roster. JC's been feuding with Masha and TNA, so it's kind of I don't know. I feel like if Blake's not going to be inserted and not win the match, then I'm going to go with JC Jane to retain. So that's my thoughts on that. Just quick comments. Cam, JC winning. Miguel, I feel Fallon is turning on Evolution. Cam, JC is in a feud with Masha and TNA right now. Miguel, Grace is also from Atlanta. They will probably give her the hometown win and drop it to Masha. Monty, if it stays Juggernaut winning, if Blake gets added as Blake. Yeah, Blake's added, Blake definitely will win. And the Muffin Woman, and that's what Blake calls Jordan. I call her the Muffin Woman. So, yeah. So that should be a good one. So we got 2 matches left. We'll go to the Triple Threat Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Becky Lynch defending against Laura Valkyria and Bailey. I'm going to start with 0.
It should be somebody else, but it's going to be Becky. Becky's going to retain that title. You know, it's going to be Becky Hogan at the end of the day. So, yeah, she's like I said, it's going to be Becky, but it should be somebody else in that match. It should be Lyra personally, but it's not going to be. I can't see that happening.
Edward?
0, you know that we cannot keep Kyle in this delusional state that he's in. For those of you who don't know, Kyle, tune into Main Event Mondays and Main Event Fridays. Anyways, I am going to take Lyra Valkyria getting that IC title back. The Bird Lady is going to get what the Bird Lady wants, and that is the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And if anybody's got a problem with it, then just beat her. But nah, you're not going to beat her because she's the Bird Lady, Lyra Valkyria.
There's Kyle. He just commented, "Shut up, Ed. Becky wins. Lyra wins at SummerSlam."
See. I knew Kyle. I suspected Kyle was on this stream. He just wasn't saying anything yet. Kyle, Lyra, and Becky. Come on.
Cam, Becky retaining. WrestleFaith. It seems that they're maybe teasing Lyra going heel at some time. I agree. WrestleMania. I do think
Yeah,
that as well.
I gotta do is look at how she looked on Monday. She does look like she's gonna be transitioning to that heel phase.
So, as much as I want to go against my counterpart co-host on main event Mondays, I'm gonna also agree with Zero, and I want Lyra to win, but I think Becky Lynch wins here. I think that sets up a Becky Lyra match again at SummerSlam, where Lyra will win the title at SummerSlam. So,
Well, if what you guys are saying happens, then what about Bailey versus Lyra, just 1-on-1?
I mean, it could be like Bailey versus Lyra, winner faces Becky at SummerSlam, something like
Okay,
that.
so you pretty much
Bear in mind we
Raw.
do actually have Clash in Paris before then as well, so they can either do
Yeah,
that
true,
Clash.
true. Yeah,
So,
they could do.
didn't think of that.
Yeah, they could do Bailey versus. They could do Bailey versus Lyra at Clash of Paris. Winner gets Becky at at SummerSlam. So, all right. So we will go to the main event of Evolution, and that is the Eradicator, the most over female in the WWE. Triple H's favorite by far. Rhea Ripley going up against the champion Io Sky. Edward, I'm going to let you start it off because I see you shaking your head down there. Io hasn't defended since WrestleMania. Who do you have?
Before I start with this match, that should not be the main event. The reason I'm shaking my head is because Lyra, Becky, and Bailey should be the main event. Like they've literally put in the most work out of their own story than anyone else has over the past couple of weeks. But nah. Just cause Rhea Ripley is Triple H's golden girl, he's gonna give her everything that she wants. Anyways, like I said the past couple of weeks as well, I have EO retaining because simply for the fact because Rhea has not been able to beat Io Sky 1-on-1. She has never been able to do it, and they're going to play into that story. And come SummerSlam, she will beat Io for that title. Um, that's just my prediction, just because of how over she is, and because she's Triple H's golden girl. So no pun intended. No no pun intended with the golden girl part because
Yeah.
because I know it's a TV show and I'm not talking about that. So
Yeah. Zero, your thoughts?
It's gonna be Rhea. I think everyone knows it's gonna be Rhea. Really, I know people want Io Sky, but I'm sort of piggybacking off of what somebody else on the show yesterday actually said, which was Leo. I believe it was Leo. Io hasn't defended since she's won that title, and Rhea is Triple H's favorite. He literally loves her. He's gonna give her as many titles as possible, and stuff. So it's going to be Rhea. I can see her walking out from there, and yeah, that's going to be that's going to be the ending to Evolution. Is Rhea lifting that title and stuff for it. That's how I think.
Yeah.
Zero. I know you're the news source, but I think they're swerving you. To be honest, I think Rhea beats her at SummerSlam and then goes into her hometown to defend the title in that main event in Perth. So I think because SummerSlam is literally the second biggest event of the year behind WrestleMania. So
I know. Obviously,
I still think
that's fine.
Rhea was at SummerSlam instead.
Yeah, I will say though. Obviously, whenever I do my predictions, I don't use sources. I go for what I want, really.
Yeah.
When I do my predictions.
Well, yeah. I know. I was trolling.
You should. I was going to say you should see my record of the ones which we normally do on Uncut. I'm the bottom of the bottom basically when it comes to it because I come out with some stupid picks sometimes.
He goes like wild.
Yeah.
So for me, like I think I was the one yesterday said on me and Leo both said on Uncut. Io hasn't defended since WrestleMania. Rhea's Triple H's favorite. I feel like she's super over. She has never beaten Io though. and they keep bringing that up like countless times. So I think Rhea Ripley wins here. I think that they can still do Io and Asuka at SummerSlam without the title, but I'm gonna go with Rhea Ripley. Like Zero said at the end of the show, holding up the new as being the new Raw Women's Champion. With that being said, let me get to some comments and then we will be done. Let's see. Cam says Becky retaining. Kyle Anthony says, "Shut up, Ed. Becky wins. Lyra wins at SummerSlam."
Kyle, look, I'm reading the comments too. Ed loves Becky. He's just lying to himself. No. The only time I actually like enjoyed Becky was literally when she was becoming the man. Other than that, like, no, Lyra is better than Becky. Kyle, come on. We all know this.
WrestleFaith, it seems that there may be teasing Lyra going heel. I agree. Lyra is joining Becky by Miguel, possibly. What's going on, Dr. Hughes Show? Thanks for the shout out, the retweet. Glad to see you here. What's going on? Greg, Becky retains. Bailey wins at SummerSlam. Lyra wins at Survivor Series. Yes, that's likely as well. Ed just read Kyle's comment about loving Becky. Cam, Io stands strong. We not flinching. Io retains. Greg, what's up, Dr. Hughes Show? Yeah, what's going on? Thank you for being here. Miguel, it's over Cam. Cam, nope, Miguel, aka El Zambalo, it's not over. Miguel, blame the Gooners on TikTok for Rhea winning this summer. Dr. Hughes Show said, I definitely will, Miguel. Cam, Io winning, man, I just know it. Miguel, they closing with either Paige or AJ Lee coming back CM Punk style.
No. None of them are coming back. Trust.
I don't know about none of them. Paige just made a tweet and said, "You never know where I might be." So you never know about
I
that.
mean, I got a different person like surprising everybody. But other than that, like, no, I don't see Paige or AJ showing up.
Okay. So Rhea will win and hold the title till Survivor Series. Possible. I think she's definitely going to hold the title until at least until that PLE in Perth. Because that pay per view is basically for her. It's over Miguel, aka Symbolo. It's not happening. They swerving. Zero, God's sake, Cam, not the Miguel again. I'm dead. Cam, we love Fernandez. Zero, that Dominican beast. Kyle Anthony, Io Scott all the way. Rhea wins at Crown Jewel. You're just wrong, Ed. Becky will always be better than Lyra.
Well, she will not. Lyra literally has a winning record against Becky. What?
All right. Well, wait, one more comment. WrestleFate, great show as always, gentlemen. Got to run. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, WrestleFate, and thank you.
Lyra's just a better Irish woman too. So.
All right, guys. So we have went over by like 15 minutes, but I guess that's okay. It's a premiere. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Zero, obviously, this is still the EVP Xero Show, my first show on my channel. Thank you to our special guest, the OTE Edward AK, the Enforcer. Thank you to everybody in the comments.
Original Two Heads Enforcer. I'm not known as the Enforcer no more.
Exactly. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks, Monty. I appreciate you coming. Don't forget to subscribe to everyone below. We have at DKO0 at EVP CJP. I changed my so the at Charlie is gone. You can't find me there anymore. At AK03 official and at DKO Energy on X Twitter. Any last thoughts from Zero or Ed before we close up? What?
I just want to quickly plug two things a minute if I can do.
Go
So
ahead.
I don't normally get to plug because I'm normally the host, so I'm going to plug this. So obviously, because we obviously never got around to any Q&A today, I'm going to do a special Q&A show at some point. I don't know when. It might be Monday. I'll jump onto the onto my YouTube and do a special Q&A show. I will send the information out over the weekend. And sort of do that way. I don't know whether if anyone will join me or whatever yet. They might do. I don't know yet. We'll work something out for that one. So anyone who has got any questions, whatever, save them by, and I will still do the Q&A show at some point. About a 10 or 15-minute show there. And also, another exclusive one here that we are doing is SummerSlam week, the Thursday before SummerSlam, which I believe is the 31st. We are going to be holding a zero quiz night, basically, where I'm going to be hosting. It's going to be everything related to SummerSlam and another couple of, non-SummerSlam related questions. It's going to be, I know CJ's part of it. We've got Bobby coming in, Leo, and maybe another couple of special guests as well, coming along to the quiz for it. So tune in for that, and there'll be some high stakes. Well.
Let the viewers know. Is it going to be something like ATD's quiz?
I'm not saying anything yet because I'm still planning it out, but it's going to be it's basically there's going to be some it's going to be quite interesting for it. But yeah, I'm going to sort of host it that way, like the zero quiz night and stuff. We're going to sort of do it that way. But it's only going to be for an hour because we are literally going to do it back to back. So we're going to have the zero quiz night at the plan is at the moment 5 p.m. EST, and then the EVP Xero Show immediately will be following that at 6 p.m. But it will be on two separate channels. More information to follow. So that will be that's a couple of plugs there. So there we go. That's me done. Don't forget to like and subscribe, obviously, as we normally do. So there we go.
Yeah, before I go to Edward, thank you guys for helping me with this premiere and everybody showing up, showing out. Much love. There will be more shows to come on this channel eventually. Me and Zero kind of worked out a few things, and then eventually I'll be, doing it myself, and then bringing on Zero and Ed and everybody else. So thank you guys so much for showing up. Edward, do you have any last thoughts?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what I was going to say is, before we close out, I got to get my plugs too, since everybody in here is giving plugs. If you want to go check out my music, I'm on literally almost every single platform that you can find me on. This is an example. This is just Apple Music. So you can search my rap name, AKO3. I will be dropping another song soon. And then another thing is go get yourself some DKO energy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go get. I'm just bringing up something real quick. Just give it a second. Let's see. So if you go to DKO Energy, I'm an affiliate, so you can use. Actually, all three of us are affiliates, but since I'm the one that's speaking right now, I'm an affiliate, and you can use my code AKL3 at checkout if you want 10% off all orders, or you can use EVP's code or Zero's code for the same. And yeah, those are my plugs for tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the EVP Show premiere with a special edition of the EVP Xero Show. Ladies and gentlemen, gotta plug Main Event Fridays tomorrow. Myself, CJ, Kyle the man Anthony, and always Main Event Nate will be on it tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an awesome night. It has been a great premiere EVP. I applaud you for being able to start up this channel and doing all this. Hey, maybe I can help you with some thumbnails. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, there is only one thing left to do. We're going to fire up the jets and we're going to get up out of here so we can prepare and give you guys a good show on Main Event Fridays. Ladies and gentlemen, Don't forget to tune in next week when it's back on Zero's channel, the EVP Xero Show. And there is only one thing left to do. Acknowledge us.